Yo, what's up guys? It's SnapBeastie, and today I'm going to be showing you all some nice Pharah gameplay that I got earlier, but not just nice Pharah gameplay, right? I'm going to be giving commentary on why I made certain decisions and, just what's going on. So, yeah, hopefully you guys can learn something, and let's get into it. So, hold on. First of all, before we get into the game, I need to just lower the volume a tad so you guys can hear me. Okay. So, right now, my team just capped first point, and I'm just spamming their right, just looking for an opening. I take this position, and I probably shouldn't have because I was like directly in front of the McCree, so I just got like hard bodied, but I knew that like our Mercy had res, so I could like try to make that play, but I shouldn't have been that aggressive. So. And this isn't like perfect gameplay too, so if I make a mistake, I'll say. My team loses the fight, unlucky. Alright, so I just back up with our Mercy. Right now I'm just waiting for my team. You guys can see that I have my Barrage. And our Zarya has Grav too, so at this point in the game, so I'm just waiting to combo with our Zarya. So we get a pick on their Genji, right? And they res, so my Zarya grabs, and then the reason why I don't drop lower to Barrage is because the Hog can body me, right? I already got bubbled by our Zarya, and I'm already going to kill a lot of people in that grab, and we're gonna win the fight. So why die and have to make our Mercy like use res, or why like risk dying? So I rocketed at the end of the Barrage like instantly. It's kind of like an animation cancel. Don't show you all. Like by 0.25. So it's like directly at the end of it, I popped it. So, Barrage, and this is something you can do in your own games. I rocketed before the Barrage and then press Q, or whatever your ultimate button would be in this situation. Mine is Q, but yeah. Look at the Hog, barrage him a bit more, and instantly rocket at the end of it, so it animation cancels, and then rocket again to ensure to get the kill. Mercy's just freeload, And at this point in the game, I'm afraid that they're gonna run more hits again, so I'm like, okay, I might need to switch off Pharah, but for now I'll just stay. I'm spamming the right side because a lot of teams just go there. I probably should have cared for charging the Zarya, but they're not gonna get much benefit off that, so I was just, free firing, trying to get my ult. It's at 35 right now, or it was at 35. The McCree's won. We try to pick him off. We end up killing their Genji, and I don't stay up there because like their McCree's close to me, and I want to be careful. And I take that aggressive angle up there, just to see if I can get a pick. It was a risky play, but we ended up killing the McCree and forcing his flash. I get 2 picks there. I killed their Hog as well. Their Mercy is on the left side. I try to finish off the kill on her so that way she can't res. And, at this point it's just clean up. So we know that they can't touch the point. So now I'm going up here looking for all charge. And I only go Pharah later in the match. That's why I'm showing this game. Or I only like pop. Or yeah, this is where the best game plays. So I'm pushing the cart a little bit. Even like as a Pharah, right? You shouldn't be on cart. But in my mind, I was like, okay, I want to get the cart to here because my team is going to hold this position. So if I do get the cart to there, then, that's good for a team. Like, I essentially what I did is I misplayed to compensate for our team's misplays. Because, like, that sounds, like, really, really weird to say. But, like, our Ana wasn't on cart, so I was just trying to push the cart because you're holding that position, right? So I know, and we ended up getting it, but ultimately you should probably just like ask your Ana or support to stay on card with someone. I asked, by the way, prior to this, I asked my Ana for Barrage so that way I could kill them easier, and our Zarya bubbled me too, so we're chilling in that sense. I don't need Barrage because like we're 4 up, force nano, their Hog's an easy kill, Ana's clean up. I get it too. Or wait, no, what am I saying? I do use Barrage, but it's like I wouldn't need it anyway because my team is 4 up. That's what I meant. But my team, unfortunately, ends up losing this fight because they get a really good blade off and they ignore Zarya, so unlucky. But we know that their team like has very little ults, like no ults, you guys can see, right? So, in our minds, we're like, okay, we don't have ults too. Or in my mind, we're like, okay, my team doesn't have ults, but as long as we can get a pick and push in, like we're chilling. Because they don't have Mercy anymore. So we punish their Roadhog, right? Because if someone's overextended like that, like you always want to punish them. Like don't let him get away, because he's just gonna end up trying to like kill your team more. And especially since there's no Mercy to res that, it's really important to get that pick. Well, regardless, it's important. But you know, it's good that they can't res. I mean, I try to kill their Genji. I missed some rockets there, unlucky, and he ends up killing me. I was just kind of whiffing, and I got cocky on the Genji, so I messed up my movement, and he ended up hitting a lot of shurikens on me. So, you know, always be aware of movement, and even if it's a Genji, just know that he can kill you with his threat. I see the Tracer up there, so I shoot her, but then I end up backing up. Take a couple shots at her. We end up losing the fight, unlucky, right? But it's cool. Now, we know that their team has ults, but we have ults too. We have Nano Barrage, 100%, and we're gonna have Valk, Grab, and High Noon soon. So I'm thinking we could just like all focus the grab, like if Nano Barrage isn't enough once we get it. So anyways, right now I'm just spamming, right? Oh shoot, my bad. Right now I'm just spamming, like seeing if I can get a pick. And the Tracer's on me, so I try to kill it. But unfortunately I can't get it, so I boost up. I hold this position. I shouldn't have probably. I was waiting for a Mercy, but the Mercy wasn't on me. I should have communicated that better. I shouldn't have been there. But I killed the Moira, right? Because I thought my team could turn this. And our McCree gets a pick. Right, so it's winnable. They're down to support, and there's Arya. And now I was gonna go Tracer to Sol, but now since I can see that we lost the fight, I go Hansa. I'm just looking for some spam arrows here. Get some juicy headshots on the Hog. And as you guys can see, I'm already like 40 on ult, so that's 15 now. Right, I was looking around for the Tracer. I thought I saw, that's why I looked behind. Funny enough, I actually didn't know that there was a McCree there, but it looks like I'm aiming here, so I don't know. But I swore that I heard like a Tracer on her. So. Now their Hog's one, kill the Hog. You get to picks. Now at this point it's just clean up. Saying like kill the Moira, get the Baptiste. Like I kind of choke some shots there. Unlucky, but
step right up.
I place the Sonic because I'm thinking that they might go left side to try to nuke us, and we end up getting the point. So the main thing there is just like knowing to switch when you're countered and looking for opportunities. I guess just whenever you can, regardless of whether it's like an ultimate opportunity, like an opportunity with like an opening pick, or just whatever. Now I'm Pharah again here, and at the start of the match, like regardless of the hit scans they have, like they're not gonna be peeking here most likely. So I know I'm pocketed by the Mercy. That was quite an aggressive play to make, but I knew I could get res, and they probably wouldn't push like that way. So right now I'm just like playing around this like big pillar to LOS their hit scans if necessary. You know, just creating area denial. That's another really important part of Pharah. I fly up way too high and I die for that, and you know I misplayed and I got punished. That's just unlucky. But so right now I'm kind of like playing buying cover more. Right, I get 2 picks, right, and then right from this point it's just cleanup, because we win the fight and their team doesn't really have any time to regroup since they wasted time with that first push. So just kill them. I have Barrage, right, so I'm just gonna, I believe, yeah, I'm spamming main to see if I can get that last %. I look up there for some reason. I don't know, I thought someone might touch. But I probably shouldn't have like looked up there, but it's like ultimately right there. But ultimately, like it didn't really matter. Like they couldn't touch. So now I go Genji here, and my team tells me to go Pharah again because like they couldn't counter her, right? And as you guys can see, and I didn't expect this, their team has the Pharah. Hold on. Their team has the Pharah as well. So I just try to shoot at them a bit, and you guys will see later in the match. Like, don't be afraid to duel Pharahs if you're confident in hitting your rockets, or at least like beating the other Pharah. Like counterplaying or beating your like mirror, right? Like outwidowing a widow. Hold on, I need to switch the points of this. Oh, Ana, like doing better as Ana than the other Ana. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that is like really crucial, right? Obviously, you know, you need to do better than the entire team, enemy team to an extent, but it's like if you're doing like for some characters, especially, that's like important. So, like on all characters, it's important, some more than others, but yeah, so always keep that in mind. Like, try to outdo your counterpart, and you'll see that you'll win so many more games. You know, like not every game, but like you'll win a lot more. I'm just trying to shoot the Pharah. I'll have area denial here. I'm shooting at their Ashe. So I actually double rocket their Pharah, as they, you know, that movement pattern that they have is relatively predictable. I play super aggressive there. I didn't need to, and to be honest, if I did make that play, I should have like did it in a different way where I wasn't like so close to their Ashe. So, like, don't play that aggro onto hit scans like when you don't have your mercy or like when you're low generally, or like especially if they're like a good hit scan. So. Now from this point, it's just clean up and my team wins. So yeah, guys, Pharah is a character that is unorthodox but can get value if you're like strong with her, right? Like, the main thing with Pharah and like the elephant of the room with this video, I feel like, should be Pharah gets hard countered by head scans. Like, she really does. And if you're playing Pharah, like, you have to know that, right? Like, obviously if you play Overwatch, like you know, a lot of the time you should be aware of that, but you know, if you're not, you are now. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Just be aware that Pharah gets countered by hit scans, and know what you can do to counter your counters, like counterception. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, a lot of the time it's like holding, like denying angles for their team to push in, without like actually like hard peeking, and just like being really aware of the position of their hit scans. Or just like their DPS in general, if they're countering you on other DPS, and like holding angles to disable their team from pushing in, and to enable your team to hold space. So like another thing too, as far as that, like you don't necessarily need to hit rockets to get value, right? Again, you can create like area denial, or you can just deny area, right? Like for the enemy team. Like let's say let's give an example. Like I know, for example, like an enemy team is gonna push there, right? Or that's like their best call. Or I like see them there through a window. Like I'm just like spamming here, you know, like moving so they can't kill me. You know, like jiggle peeking kinda. Maybe like every so often like I boost up. But probably like don't boost up. Like you don't wanna waste it like early too often. Like unless you like need to get high ground for barrage or something. But even then you can just like rocket jump by jumping and shooting. And then just like hold your fuel, and then you can make it up, and that's good. And it's good if you have a mercy, so they can heal you after that. But anyways, like hold angles more so than like dive them. Like sometimes you can dive them if they're focusing on something else. Like hold on, I'll give you guys an example.
Hello.
Oh, and by the way, another tip for Pharah that a lot of people don't use, I find, is that I feel like her concussive blast, it's like, most people have it bound to E, right? But it's like, since it's a movement-based ability, it's like you don't want to like take your hands off the WASD keys, but rather like I use it on right-click, since you can fly anyway with space. So like therefore, like I feel like I can control my movement better. But you know, to each their own, right? It's just like a preference thing that I feel like helps me, but it's your call if you guys want it or not. But back to what I was saying previously. Let's say there's a Widow here, right? The Widow scoped in on this training bot. Like you can, like if the Widow doesn't hear you, you can like right click on them and just like try to shoot them down. But you have to be like quiet. If there's a Widow across the map, like do not dive them as far, because they're just gonna be flying in the air, and it's gonna give the Widow plenty of time to shoot you. Like even if you do have a mercy pocket, like the Widow's gonna burst through that. So Pharah's definitely not the pick all the time, right? Like even now, I think if the new patch does come live, with like Pharah shooting rockets slower and the hit scan nerfs, I think Pharah will still be like only just an okay hero. But if you know how to play her and the enemy team doesn't counter you, then feel free to play her. Like she does a ton of raw damage. And considering, you know, there's no shields now, right? You just like farm barrage so easily. So coordinate with like your Zarya to bubble you too, if you have a Zarya, to like bubble you during barrage or engagements. And yeah, just try to have coordination with your team. Deny angles from the enemy team, counter hit scans, and just be aware of where to like spam your rockets. So yeah, guys, I really hope you all enjoyed the guide. This was a bit of a shorter one. This is kind of like a guide / like gameplay video, but yeah, all right, peace out, you guys. I love you all. Take care. Thank you for watching, and yeah, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. It really helps me out. And yeah, peace out, guys. I love you all. Take care.